Sarah Bozich, and welcome to What's on Tap. This month I sat down with longtime local musician Shea Quinn of the Luv Gods and the Sharks. Where did you develop your love for music?
5 years old, sitting in front of the black and white Zenith at my parents' house, watching the Beatles play on the Ed Sullivan Show. Pretty much ruined my life. So, I got hooked on music, and my brother was a big inspiration too. He kind of taught me how to sing and play, and he said, "You're going to be the backup singer. You're going to play bass, and it's all going to work out fine, Shea." So that's how it started with me and my brother when we were young.
So you started out playing the bass, and then?
No, I started out on guitar.
Okay.
I didn't always listen to my brother. But then when we formed the band, when we got older in our teens, he said, well, we need a bass player, we need a backup singer. So he said, you're switching to bass. And I said, okay.
And then you went to move to the Sharks, which is how probably a lot of people in this area first know you.
The Pikers with my brother were first.
Okay.
That was 2 years before the Sharks. And there was the Sharks from Lancaster and the Pikers were from Harrisburg. And they were like the two new wave punk kind of bands, you know. And I heard about the Sharks, and I heard they had some original songs, and I went, oh no. So then we played a show together in Mechanicsburg. I think it was at the VFW or something, I don't know. Back when they used to throw like shows.
Yeah.
And I saw the Sharks play, and I said, wow, they were really good. And that's the first time I had seen the Sharks play, and I saw Sammy, and I joined the Sharks, I guess, in like '80. My God, that was long ago. Honey.
What you're best known for with the Sharks is that you guys won this MTV's Basement Tapes contest.
Had a lovely contest, yeah.
So what was that contest?
It was crap, is what it was. We had a great following in like a 5-state area, you know, and things were going really well, and we had some major label interest. And then we heard about, you know, MTV came around, we heard about this contest. So we said, okay, let's make a video. But then as we were going along, you had to sign the contract before you entered the contest. That was the trick. So you signed this really crappy contract with Elektra Records, and then we made it through the first couple rounds of the Basement Tapes thing. And we couldn't really say, you know, don't vote for us, because we have
Right.
better things on the horizon than this terrible contract that we signed before I mean, it was still nice that we got the national exposure and stuff,
Sure.
but it was just a terrible contract. And by the time we got out of the contract with Elektra, all the labels that were really interested kind of fell to the wayside. You know, but it got us national exposure, and we were on the top 10 videos at 5 o'clock every day for like 8 weeks in a row. So it was a good exposure for us.
So what happened then after the contract ended and those offers had gone away?
We shopped. We were shopping. We were still playing for years, and crowds were still great. But after years, and we were with Peter Friedman, who had Live from. They used to open up for us when they were Public Affection all the time, and he was working with the Sharks and Live, and you know, some other acts, and you know, our crowds were still great, but things just something didn't pan out. So that's when I started writing songs with Jeffrey Gaines, and we got major label interest through the two of us, and the Sharks kind of had a hard time with me doing this thing with Jeffrey, because we were playing shows with the Sharks and I was playing with Jeffrey. And I guess at that time they kind of gave me an ultimatum, and I don't like ultimatums too much. And so I went to play with Jeffrey. Then Jeffrey and I got the record deal with Chrysalis, and then Jeffrey decided he wanted to be a solo artist. So this is the soap opera that is Shea Quinn's career. But I don't want to complain, because I'm very blessed that I've been doing this for 35 years, and I'm very happy that people still come out and see me play every night.
Will you tell me that story that you were telling me earlier about this picture that's on the wall here about you and Jeffrey?
Oh yeah, I paid to get that picture taken. It was in Harrisburg, and he looked really great. He was all thin and muscular and stuff. And then when he decided to go off as a solo artist, he just cut the picture in half and used his half for his promotional. And that's just like, you know, it's amazing that we're still friends, but we're still great friends and we're still writing songs. So it's you know, we still get along great. And
that's terrific.
We still play together. We still do some shows every once in a while, but he's a very talented guy. He's incredibly talented, and some of the best songs I've ever written, I think I've written with him. So it's all good, you know. Things happen.
Yeah.
It's just life.
So your current band is the Luv Gods.
I got the Sharks, which still plays like twice a year.
Oh, we skipped right. We want to talk about Jet Silver.
Oh yeah.
Chronologically, right?
There's a list.
There's a
you
list.
Know, there's a list.
Yeah.
So you got the Sharks, which plays like twice a year, and since my best buddy Sam Luger passed away, his son, Ian Rawhauser, Sam's name was actually Sam Rawhauser, but he went Sam Luger because that was cool.
More rock and roll.
It was cool. So now his son is singing with the Sharks, and he sounds very much like his father. And it's kind of creepy in a way, but it's a good creepy.
Right, right.
When I first walked into a rehearsal with the Sharks, they were already downstairs rehearsing, and I heard this voice coming upstairs, and I said, "That's Sam, that's not." And I walked down, it was Ian, his son, and I just went, "You gotta stop that crap, just stop." That was too close. And so the Shark show's been going really well. Then I have the Luv Gods, which does 5 very talented young men, you know, and Swish. I'm kidding, Swish, I'm just kidding. No, Swish is the drummer and comedian of the band, but everyone loves him. But the Luv Gods do Shark songs to make the Sharks fans happy. Then we also do covers from the 50s to current, you know, we do like a Motown medley, then we do Bruno Mars, and then we do Shark songs. So it's just trying to cater to whatever everyone wants to hear.
Right.
And then I have Jet Silver, which is my original band, which is like a power pop. Elvis Costello meets The Clash meets like on crack. You know, it's like heavier, but really great stuff. And that band is based out of Lancaster. Joel Klein is we write the songs together, and he's very talented. He's a real deal. He's been doing this Jet Silver thing since early '80s. And then I just did a Beatles show with this 11-year-old prodigy drummer, Logan Bedard, and my best friend from high school, Larry. We did a Beatles tribute, which went over huge, and it was a great crowd. Now, did I cover them all? Me and Swish, me and Logan, Jet Silver, Luv Gods. Oh, and now I'm doing a Bowie tribute thing too.
Oh, really?
So, since we did the Beatles thing, I'm putting together a band where I'm doing like the Ziggy era, but I'm not going to dress like it. Don't worry. I'm not gonna wear the jock strap outfit that Bowie wore.
So out of those many, do you have a favorite?
I love Jet Silver. That's where my roots are, more like that
That's where
late
your heart is, maybe,
70s. I mean, the Sharks played at CBGB's in '79, for goodness sake, you know, and Joey Ramone was in the audience. And
over there's a picture of Shea Quinn and what was your solo?
Clockwork.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the lineup or the tour list is hysterical.
Yeah.
It's like the Barge in Harrisburg,
Yeah.
CBGB's,
Yeah.
the Vault.
That's when I left the Sharks, and then Jeffrey and I had split up, and I was shopping my own material, and that brings us to today. We're here at Asylum Studios, and I'm recording some new material here that I've been writing. So I eventually want to put together like 5 new songs that I've written, and put out like a compilation disc of all the stuff over 35 years. From the Sharks to the Jet Silver to Clockwork and all that stuff. We have recordings of all of it. So, and I'd like to get like 5 new songs on there too, so they know what I'm doing now also. So that's all that's going on.
Shea, tell me what you think of the current local music scene?
I've seen a couple of really great bands as of late. I know the Jelly Bricks are doing really well. I've always liked the Jelly Bricks. They're a great power pop band from the area here and write great songs. There's a new band called something Americans?
Very Americans.
The Very Americans.
They wrote the Senator's song.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really, really good too. I mean, their original material is fantastic and I really like those guys. And there's bands that have been playing around here forever, they're great, but it's just really hard to find a venue for all original material anymore. You still have your Galiftes, which still has original bands and some of the smaller clubs, but there's no Metron where you can play, you know, where you can have like 3 groups that you've never heard before play, and you know, and where you can have like major label bands come in and play. Not that there's, like we were talking about, there's getting signed to a major label is not something that really happens anymore. You just kind of have to promote yourself, and I mean all those lovely A&R people that used to down you in the 80s, they're probably all working at the Salvation Army now or something, you know, because there's no record labels anymore.
Right.
It's just terrible. I mean, there's no talent scouts that go out and look for talent. I mean, I guess you have to do it all yourself and get it on YouTube or get it on, and I barely know how to turn my computer on, so I rely on other people to do that stuff for me. We do have a website for all that stuff, www.theluvgods.com, LUV.com, and you can find out where all the acoustic shows are, and all the Shark shows and the Jet Silver shows are all on there. So, and you can also download the new material that we've done here at the studio. So.
Well, Shea, thank you so much for taking time with me today.
Thank you, honey.
Cheers
Great
to
see
you.
Cheers
Good
to you.
too.
My songs are not the only songs. I mean, I love other people's music, you know. I mean, it's, for a long time, I tried to stick to doing original music, but, you know, I'm not the only songwriter in the world, and, you know, to have that attitude at my age, at my age is kind of silly, you know. 'Cause I love listening to Motown, I love listening to Burt Bacharach, for goodness sake, and then I like listening to the Buzzcocks and the Sex Pistols, you know. So I go from one spectrum to the next.